Hi everybody, it's Annette from The Art of Intuition. Today we're going to talk about our thoughts and what they represent and what are we actually thinking and why we're thinking it and what does it mean and why is it even important at all, which is probably the bigger question, because thoughts have a purpose, right? But a lot of people might not understand the actual purpose, because the zillion purpose is why we think something. But everything we think is something grounded in our body. It's in our DNA. It's a human program. So we talk a lot about clearing our programming. How do we know what our programming is? A lot of times we'll look outside to see, okay, what's my programming? How do I react to a certain situation? And that is going to tell you. If something happens to you, it's going to trigger something in the body. Like if you start, I know last week I was having a big eye upgrade. I was having a lot of stuff going on with my eyes last week. And the first thing that comes up for me is all this fear about what's going on with my eyes. It must be this terrible thing, this, and this. And I started to see all the programming and fear I had around actually my body adjusting to consciousness, really. But I had a lot of fear around that, which I didn't know until these things started to happen to me to see what that was revealing to me. So look at what you think when something happens. If something happens to you physically, you hit your elbow. We're going to go minor for now. If you hit your elbow and all of a sudden you go into blame energy, victim energy, you start stomping around, you get pissed. You feel like, this always happens to me. Why does this always happen to me? That's what the program that was trapped in that part of the body. That's why as soon as you hit it, all that stuff comes up. If you hit your big toe, what are you thinking? It's very important to just pay attention. Don't judge it. Pay attention to it, because that's going to tell you the programs you're running. And also what you needed to clear. There's a reason you hit your elbow. Someone in their human programming, I always say human, you know what I mean? A human is going to hit their elbow and not think anything of it and just go through the whole process, where when you're more conscious, you hit something and you go, where did I go with that? Why did I go there immediately to all this energy? And it's fine, because in one sense it needs to clear. So it's a good thing. You're hitting it for a reason. It needs to clear out of the body. But you can also recognize what it is and how deep some of these programs run. Especially when you get into different situations, look at what you think first. You can do it in a relationship sense. If you like a person and you don't feel like they like you, we can take it very simplistic. Where does your mind go immediately? Oh, I'm not good enough. That person has so many other options. That person would never pick me. I must not be worthy of that, or I'm not good enough for that. Or even if you don't get a job, look at where your mind goes. And that's going to tell you the program you're running. And what that's going to do is give you a chance to then reprogram it. Say, okay, let all that stuff come up and go, okay, that's not true. Let's think something else. Let's look at reprogramming what's coming up. It needs to come up and clear. That's why a lot of these things happen. But a lot of times when you're really in your human aspect, you don't take the opportunity to pay attention with actually what's going on. What is going on? Why do I need to clear this? Why is this important? Why do I really need to look at this? So just take note of it. There's a reason it's happening. It's trying to show you what programming you have going on. A lot of times we look outside and go, okay, everything's pretty peaceful out there. What's going on inside? But this will show us what is your go-to. I have a lot of go-to programs. No matter what happens, no matter what situation, I play the same tape. You're just going to play the same tape. So just pay attention to the tape. Pay attention to what you're playing. It's important. Recognize it. Don't judge it. Then you have a chance to flip the script, reprogram it. I have a cat stuck in the closet. I'll get that in a second. You have a chance to flip the script to something else. Actually, this is the second time I've shot this video. First time, the other cat was in my lap and making a ruckus, so I had to cut it off. Then he cut on the computer, and that was big and loud. And now I got a cat in the closet. So apparently we're going to sign off, because this is trying to tell me something today, but maybe this is not the day for videos. Look at what's going on. Look at the tape you're playing. Take the opportunity to reprogram what you're telling yourself, but let it come up. Don't judge what's coming up. It needs to leave the body. That's why different parts of the body will release different stuff. It needs to leave the body. Things happen outside so we can release the stuff from our cellular programming. But it also shows you what you're playing, what role you've cast yourself in your movie. Are you always the victim? Do you always play second fiddle. The good things never happen to you? Just listen, be aware, rewrite it, and keep practicing the art of intuition.